Hello everybody. We are beginning the Pranic process online and also announcing the beginning of a new era, as I've said in the title of this video. The Pranic process online is an 8-day training that you can watch from the comfort of your home. You can join either live or in video. And we've been streaming for 8 webinars now. So I'm very happy to announce that as we are completing the first 8 webinars of the training, we're also announcing the beginning of a new era, the beginning of a new stage in our human evolution. So that's what's happening with the completion of this program. We've been sharing light codes and new energies every webinar with meditation, and today we are completing with the root chakra bowl. So we have the meditation at the end, and we use the sound healing bowl for root chakra, as well as the light codes of the other Tibetan bowls and some beautiful downloads that I'm receiving every day for all of you.
Recording in progress.
We're going to be live on Facebook and Insta for a few moments, and then we're staying with the participants in this program. So there's a link in the description of the video if you're on Facebook, or on comments, and on Instagram there's a link in bio where we can join the whole program either live or in video. You can have all the recordings in video and watch them from the comfort of your home, repeat the meditations as long as you want, and anytime you need an energy boost or the equivalent of power up, you can watch one of the webinars of this program. I've been sharing this program since 2013, and I'm happy to share it again every time I get the chance, because it's such an amazing tool for energy upgrade and for increasing the amount of pranic nourishment. We've been sharing also a method of checking your pranic percentage, seeing how much prana you actually have on each one of your bodies, the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual body, and on each one of your chakras. And you can also check with the breath test, this method that I'm talking about. You can also check what's best for you, whether to take physical food or not, how much time to allocate for your spiritual development, whether to join a certain class or not, and you can extend it to major decisions in your life, like shifting a job, keeping or leaving a relationship, moving from your town, and whatever you need to decide on. I'm happy to talk today about this announcement that a new era is beginning. We've been having the 1111 portal at the beginning of this month, and the 2211 portal, 2211 yesterday. And it's amazing to see how the energies are clearing, unfolding, upgrading in between these two portals. And it's no wonder that we are completing this program right before Thanksgiving and right at the completion of the evolution of these two portals. I'm proud to tell you that I've been monitoring the upgrade of the planetary grid, or the energy grid around the planet, for quite some time now, and the pranic festivals that we did and the other retreats that we've been doing were meant to work with this planetary grid and to work with the sacred sites of our planet, and especially the country I'm in, Romania, in order to upgrade and harmonize the energies of this area and of Gaia. Today we're also speaking about the power of sacred sites and how to work with them, and we are opening this topic in preparation for the retreat of next weekend or next week, where we are joining to go to the Romanian Sphinx. So the retreat is called the Romanian Sphinx Activation, and we work with the sacred sites around it as well, but specifically with the Romanian Sphinx, because we are having a beautiful task of tuning in to the sacred site and downloading the light codes for its expansion as well as our expansion. So you learn to work with sacred sites, you learn to work with the elements of Mother Earth, earth, water, fire, wind, or air, and ether, in order to amp up your energy, in order to balance the elements in your own body and to feel nourished and healed if required. You also learn how to get in touch with ancient civilizations or advanced civilizations, either intraplanetary or exoplanetary, what we call ET, because they are willing and ready to get in touch with us, and it's only our openness and readiness that could call them in and open up the gates for this communication. So if you are willing to learn about it and meet your soul family, your star family, then join this retreat with us. You can join live, of course, in Romania. There's still a few days until we begin. So we begin on the 28th of November, 5 days to go. And you can also join online the meditation that we do for the Romanian Sphinx activation. So that's also available. There's in the link that you have in the description of the video and in bio, you also have that event. You see Romanian Sphinx activation, and you'll be able to join the event and let us know if you need to come, because we only have one room left, and we can only host you if you tell us about your participation real quick. Working with sacred sites has upgraded my evolution exponentially every time I visited one of them, and lately my life has been all about visiting sacred sites, working with sacred sites all over the world. Whenever I'm called to join a certain gathering or to travel by myself to a certain place, I'm doing it because I know this is something that's necessary and beneficial for myself as well for the planetary evolution. And the activity that you can assist to or monitor in the sacred sites is the equivalent of quite a few years of spiritual practice, if not lifetimes, depending on the power of the sacred sites you visit, because there are places on this planet that can harmonize and heal your entire system in just one visit. So that's the power that I'm referring to, and I know this because for more than 10-15 years this has been my main work. And every year we've been organizing retreats and trainings to the sacred sites of Romania, India, France, England, and so on. So I've been having quite a blast with dancing with the ley lines of Mother Earth and joining beautiful gatherings as well that were maybe not organized by me but supported by me in other places, power places of the world, like the pyramids in Mexico, the sacred sites of Brazil, the beautiful places of Thailand, and many other places that I could tell you about. We must be aware on our pranic journey, on our spiritual journey, we must be aware that the planet is made of chakras and ley lines and power places, just as our bodies are made of energy knots, the chakras that we have, and nadis, the energy channels in our bodies, and the specific points in our body where the nerves are joining and so on. So our bodies are the equivalent of the body of Gaia. They are connected to the body of Gaia, and every time something is disharmonized in Gaia's body, either a specific energy point or a chakra, or too much petrol being extracted, or the air being polluted, or anything like that, that is directly affecting our chakras, our bodies, and our energy field and our health. We can notice specific behaviors or patterns in specific nations or areas according to the ley lines and chakras that are on the body of Gaia in that specific area. For example, in the US, where there's the root chakra, everybody is running after, in the definition of success is to have a lot of money, to have a lot of power in terms of monetary power, and to be recognized as a rich person, because that's the pattern of the root chakra, and that's how everybody interprets being on earth. They are interpreting it through the filter of root chakra. In England, we have the heart chakra. In India, we have the crown chakra in Mount Shasta, so in the Himalayas. Sorry, so that's where the spirituality is highlighted. And if you look at the Indian and even Tibetan people, their material possessions and interest for richness is decreased. Not that there's anything wrong with richness, I like to have all my chakras active and empowered, and having lots of money is just as powerful as having lots of spiritual realization. And one of the spiritual realizations is that wealth is our divine nature. But in India and Tibet, as I was saying, people are highly uninterested in spiritual possessions. They are mostly poor in terms of the large masses, and they are not interested in pursuing material or financial success the way Americans do, because they are situated at the crown chakra of the planet, whilst USA are at the root chakra. So the difference in concepts and ideologies between the two populations are greatly influenced by the chakras that are connected to that. Also, the example of Egypt, where the throat chakra is situated, for example, in Mount Sinai and the pyramids, that's where most of the high-end spiritual practices are coming from. If you look at Egypt, they gave us a lot of knowledge about the energy bodies, about the transformation and transmutation of energy. They gave us a lot of information about ancient civilizations, even though, because the throat chakra of the planet has been blocked for quite a while, the information about the ancient civilizations and sacred sites has been a lot, misled a lot and falsified a lot. So not all of it, or most of it, isn't true. But now that the throat chakra of Gaia is opening, you can notice a lot of information on sacred sites and ancient civilizations and ancient spiritual practices and ancient methods of healing. Even you can notice it springing out, including the ability of being nourished by prana, the ability of being source fed, the ability of not necessarily needing physical food for nourishment, but having access to the ether element, which is nourishing our body, which is correspondent to the throat chakra that I was mentioning. So all that information comes on the planet right now with the activation of the throat chakra, with the activation and clearing of the pyramids and Mount Sinai area. So everything is connected like that, and the planet is one large living organism with a very high consciousness spirit containing it, that is highly influencing, as I said, our behavior, our mentality, our programming, our spirituality, and our energetics. So visiting sacred sites, working with the natural elements, spending time in nature, I call it gaining time in nature, is crucial for our spiritual evolution and for the beautiful harmonious flow in our bodies as well. So we have the possibility to have our body nourished in a different way. We have the possibility to have our body healed in a different way. We have the possibility to communicate, as I said, with ancient civilizations, with advanced civilizations, when visiting these sacred sites, which are portal between worlds. That's why we've been hearing that in certain places of the planet there are gateways to Shambhala. Well, Shambhala is not a place, it's a state of being, and it can be accessed through heightening our consciousness. And in these sacred sites, our consciousness is naturally heightened, it's naturally upgraded. We have a natural opening of our energy field, a natural opening of our heart, and therefore we are accessing this state, which is called, the access to Shambhala, and we have then access to communicating with advanced beings or visiting worlds that are beyond our sight. And that's what people generally call Shambhala, but there are actually multiple cities that are in the spiritual realm, either beyond or within the earth, that you can actually learn a lot from, because these ancient civilizations have overcome the limitations that humans are now confronted with, and have attained a state of spiritual balance as well as abundance and autonomy that humans are just now aiming for. And unfortunately, many of us aren't able to, many of people aren't yet able to access. And the access to that state of autonomy is through accessing our full energy and knowing that we are meant to have free energy, we are meant to have free access to all resources, because we are citizens of the galactic realm and everything is free. Like, look at the energy of the sun. The sun never charges, for what he emits. Or look at everything that emits light naturally or emits energy naturally. It's freely available, and therefore our nourishment should be also freely available. The energy for our cars and transportation in general should be freely available. Our energy, the energy that we use for heating our houses and powering up our light sources and devices, should also be freely available, because naturally it should come from the sun. And the fact that we're still extracting energy from the earth is equivalent to what we do in our bodies when we still extract energy from food. When we are ready to move into a higher paradigm, into a higher state of consciousness, where we're able to extract the energy directly from the vacuum or the ether or the pranic field, the quantum field, then we're once we do this in our bodies and we fully stabilize in it, then we can replicate it for our devices and transport and everything else we use. So the technology we're using on this planet right now, it is a consequence of our state of consciousness. And that's how it is in any civilization. We're only given access to the technology that we can use harmoniously. If people are still involved in power games and fighting over resources and scarcity programs, they do not have access to free energy because they're not in the consciousness of it. Once you replicate that and stabilize it in your body and you're sure that you can have access to it, then you no longer need to use devices that use a third-hand resource, but you can use devices that are directly tuned into source, into the primordial energy of the quantum field or the vacuum, right? So there's a direct connection between the two, our state of consciousness and our ways of using resources in our body, and the way we're using resources outside our bodies for devices, houses, and everything we need energy for. And hopefully, as I am receiving now, the world is ready for freer energy. It is ready for accessing a new state of consciousness where we are autonomous or less dependent of external sources, and we are ready to access more freedom. Why? Because apparently we have moved into a higher state of compassion and kindness. We have moved into a higher state of mutual understanding and mutual collaboration, even though maybe it's not visible so far, even though maybe some are still focusing on conflict and the wars and separation games that are playing on this planet. In the subtle field, the energy of peace and the end of conflict has been stabilized. And it's not long until it will be stabilized in the physical plane, in our social realities, in our personal realities, in our families, in our day-to-day life, and so on. So once you trust that and say yes to it, and I'm curious to know how many of you are ready to say yes to such a reality. Once you trust that and say yes to it, then you're ready to transcend into a new era that I'm talking about. And that's the new era, an era of autonomy, an era of freedom, an era of richness and abundance for everyone, not based on discrimination or social status and so on, and an era of mutual acceptance and embracing of each other, each one of ours, preferences, habits, sexual choices, and so on, because that's also now a source of conflict on the planet. And the more we have understanding, comprehension, compassion for the choices of another being, as long as it doesn't directly hurt us, the more we are able to be free. Our freedom is generated by our lack of judgment, not by the external factors around us. The external factors around us are actually changing based on our inner emission or inner dynamics, and our lack of judgment and our understanding and embracing of other people's choices, if they are not hurting us directly, is the key for our freedom and for their freedom as well. Very simple way of moving from a state of conflict to a state of harmonious and mutual understanding. So the question is, are we ready for this new era? Are we ready to interact with the planet in a mutual beneficial way, in a way that is supporting this planet as well as supporting our well-being? Are we ready to work with the sacred sites, ley line, and chakras of the planet in a way that is no longer looking at drawing energy from Mother Earth, but mutually beneficially exchanging energy with Mother Earth? Are we ready for this type of harmony? That's the question for today. And type yes in the comments if you're ready for it. Whenever you watch this video, now or in the time to come, just type yes in the comments to say yes to this new possibility, new beginning, and new era. And that's what stabilizes it on the planet right now. So thank you for watching this brief intro and beginning of the webinar of the Pranic process online, which is also called the beginning of a new era. I'm gonna now move with our meditation to the participants of this gathering. So we're now working with the people that are already subscribed to this class. If you want to be in this full program, please type yes in the comments, and we're gonna send you the link to participate in it full on, because we still have about half an hour or so of meditation and presenting new ideas. We're meditating today, as I said, with the Tibetan bowl of the root chakra, but also many other bowls that I'm having around here that are working on various levels of sound healing. So that's what we're doing towards the end of the webinar. And of course, there's a payment involved, but you can do it later. If you type yes in the comments, we include you in the video, and then later on you can make a donation. Thank you all for being here, and remember that you can join us on Monday for the Romanian Sphinx Activation Retreat, or Tuesday at the latest, because on the 28th, which is Tuesday, we have the actual visit to the Romanian Sphinx, or the meditation with the Romanian Sphinx if the weather is not allowing us to go up there. And this weekend on Sunday, we have cacao ceremony with sound healing and ecstatic dance. So because it's full moon, we're having a manifestation meditation, of course, doubled by the power of sound healing, cacao ceremony, and ecstatic dance. Actually, it's not doubled, it's at least quadrupled. And we invite you all either to participate live in Brasov or online via Zoom or YouTube, where you can listen to the meditation, listen to all the sound healing therapy that we're doing, and participate at the end with the ecstatic dance. The link to all these events you can find in the comments below this video if you're on Facebook, and in bio if you're on Instagram. So cacao ceremony, ecstatic dance, and sound healing on Sunday for a full moon, and then on the 28th, which is Tuesday, we have Romanian Sphinx activation, a retreat of 3 days here in Romania with online participation to the meditations, and we meet and go to the sacred sites of Romania, and we work with amazing energy vortexes. So come join us for energy upgrade and stepping into a new era. Big hugs, much love. See you soon whenever you are. And those of you on Zoom and YouTube,